Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Sparks from We're the North Bank.
And I'm Jaimee Waffles Footy from the YouTube channel.
So we're both going to be uploading this just to avoid any confusion. We're both doing it for each other's channel. So, just kind of being free flowing with it. So it's just all good.
Yeah.
Anyway, the reason for the video is because we've seen the England squad come out. We're both kind of seeing it for the first time, so we just wanted to do a bit of a reaction to it. So, over to you, Jaimee. Anything that kind of stands out to you that should be there and shouldn't be there?
The first thing I've seen, so literally, I'm looking at I'm on my phone on Twitter right now, looking at the squad. Adam Wharton, Curtis Jones, and Jarell Quansah doing the squad.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, this is an initial squad, isn't it? This is the
Is this the 26 man, and then they go to a 23? Is that
yes,
what it is?
it basically gets trimmed, doesn't it? It gets trimmed.
Yeah.
I think 5 players get knocked off it. I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
So obviously, there's probably going to be a couple of names in there that maybe won't be there in the exact actual final squad. So
I can't imagine Wharton, like, I get it, he's had a good season, but I can't imagine he's going to make it to the further on squad.
Yeah, so it's probably an initial kind of drop in and then drop out, maybe. Don't know exactly. Probably one of those keepers to miss out. Probably James Trafford, I would have thought.
Yeah, definitely. Looking probably Quansah. I can see
maybe drops out, possibly.
You have one left back.
Yeah,
one left back in the squad.
Yeah, and obviously you got the right back.
Yeah, which Ben White should be there, but well,
obviously, so this is kind of my issue, right? Because obviously this Southgate thing, and he gets all this praise for bringing all the players together and this, that, and the other. Yep. Like, it's a really hard job. Like nobody wants to play for England. Like, it was all fighting in all corners before he came and all this, like, and I just never really see it, to be honest.
No.
And then this comes out with Ben White.
Yeah.
And all right, it may be a bit of Ben White's fault as well, and the assistant coach as well, and whatever. But isn't he this great motivator and great, bringing people together and everything? If he's that great, then surely he can make a phone call before all this kicks off, than to put something out in the media and basically make Ben White, public England enemy number 1. You know what I mean? So
exactly. From what I can see from it, from what I read in the Athletic, they've said that Steve Holland it's Steve Holland, the assistant manager, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, Steve Holland has said that he's tried to ask. This was last season. He's tried to ask how Arsenal's tactics, formations, or what have you, work. And Ben White was put on the spot, and he didn't quite know how to answer it. And Steve Holland has come back and said, "You don't like football. That's your problem." And Ben White's not liked the comment, and then they've gone back and forth from there. And Ben White's refused to go back because he doesn't like Steve Holland.
I think the biggest issue, rather than ask him in private, or there's 2 or 3 people involved, he's basically done it in front of the whole squad.
Yeah.
And then by all accounts, he's kicked off at him.
Yeah.
And basically made him look an idiot.
Exactly.
That's what I'm taking from it. I don't know if that's true or not.
From it as well. So when you're in school and the teacher points at you and says something, you feel embarrassed, don't you?
Well, exactly. It's put you on the spot, and it's like, well, I didn't think that's what I was here for. He's not a coach anyway.
No.
So would he know that? He knows his own job.
Yeah, exactly.
Does he know what the whole tactics are?
No, of course he doesn't.
Probably not.
The worst thing about it is, because of this dilemma, we're missing out on the best right back in the league this season.
I think he is the best right back. I don't think there's really that much argument to that. I mean, I did a team of the season and I put Kyle Walker in it.
Yeah.
And I think it can be either of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly right.
Obviously, Walker's had a bit more injury and whatnot. He always performs.
He does, yeah. I'd prefer
But
Kyle Walker
it
than
could be
Penrith.
either of them. I don't think it necessarily, it has to be Ben White, but
No. He should be in the equation.
He should be in the equation. He should be in the squad.
Yeah. I think that he is more important to this England squad coming into this form than what Steve Holland is. That's what I personally think.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen how Steve Holland works, but obviously that's up for debate, isn't it? But it certainly should be a squad thing, and I guess that they've just gone, well, we've got Trent there, he's in midfield, he can come back, and play that position as well. But
what Ben White's thinking also is, when they called him up for these recent friendlies,
yeah.
Reece James was injured. Trent Alexander-Arnold was injured. So he's thinking, I'm going to come in after being abused. I'm going to come in for these friendlies. And they're not even going to come up to the squad anyway because I'm behind these players anyway.
Well, yeah, so he's going to go, right, okay, well, I'm going to come in for the friendlies. I'm going to get a couple of caps.
Yeah.
And then I'm not even going to play the games.
Yeah, so what's the point?
And I reckon that's what's happened at the World Cup anyway. I reckon he's basically said to him, are you actually going to play me anytime? Because, he actually put in a centre-back at right-back over Ben White in the first place. And
exactly right, yeah. So it's probably a mixture of things, isn't it? It's not just this one thing.
Yeah, so it's as you say, I think it's a whole collection of things that has just gone, and he's just gone, well, I reckon at the World Cup he's basically gone, if you're not going to play me, just send me home.
It's as simple as that, really, isn't it?
I think that's what he said, and that's where they've gone. You're not committed to the team. You're not this. You're not that. You're not the other.
Yeah. And the worst thing is Ben White is one of the most. He's got the most pride. Like, he's so proud to play for Arsenal Football Club. And when he got called up to England, if you've seen that interview as well, he was saying how proud he was.
And it was for the England squad as well. When he got called up to the England squad, he was saying the same thing. So it's not because he doesn't want to play.
No, it's not.
It's because he doesn't want to play under those conditions. But anyway, we digress. That's kind of going into a Ben White
completely different debate.
Rather than
Branthwaite.
Rather than So who are you happy to see? Who are you?
I'm happy to see Branthwaite. I think that's definitely. I would have him. I would have him with John Stones as our two centre back partnership. Even Konsa. But I'm very happy to see Branthwaite. That's if he makes it through the next stage, which I think he will. I can see Wharton, Mainu, Curtis Jones has had a call up, but I don't think he'll progress by the looks of things.
I don't think he'll go through to the next part.
I can see what's missing. I can see a Sterling and a Rashford not in the squad.
I don't understand why Sterling's not there, to be honest. I get that he's been injured.
Yeah.
But I think he's done enough.
Yeah, so do I.
If you look at Henderson, and what he was, the terms that he was getting called up under.
Yeah,
I think Sterling's done enough to get in there.
Definitely. So he's actually done something for once where he doesn't favoritise players. If you get what I mean, what he's been accused of.
Well, I'm not sure he has, because he wasn't always top of the hit list anyway, was he? He was kind of
Henderson.
So
yeah. Also, we've got Tony, we've got Watkins.
Yeah.
So, if just say you're bringing someone on, it's towards the latter end of the game.
Yeah.
Who are you bringing on out of Tony and Watkins?
I mean, it's just nice to have the option, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
rather than just have any old crap that's not going to come on.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
It's quite nice to have a couple of options in that position rather than not. So I think he's been criticised a lot, Southgate, of actually doing that.
Yeah.
Not having that option, which potentially he's done that in other positions, but not with the strikers for a change, which is quite good.
Yeah.
Palmer's there, which, the debate of where he actually plays. And
I don't think he's been exceptional. Don't get me wrong, he's been exceptional, but I don't know. It's taken out a Foden or a Saka.
No, he's going to have to be limited to substitute appearances, surely.
Yeah, definitely, because I'm not saying this as an Arsenal fan. It's proven England Player of the Year the past 2 seasons is Bukayo Saka, and he steps up to the mark when he plays for England.
Yeah,
it's quite simple.
No, I completely agree. It has to be Saka has to start. Foden has to start.
Yeah.
So
on the left-hand side,
Grealish. Grealish is back there, isn't he?
Yeah, Grealish is in there, but will he play a Cole Palmer there? Do you think?
I wouldn't play Cole Palmer over Grealish.
No, I wouldn't either because it's two different sets of players. But Grealish has got that experience.
Experience as well counts for a lot.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I don't think he necessarily has to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Are you
mean
surprised at
the
Rashford?
striker thing is interesting because it's like, well, does it kind of revert to 4-4-2 in certain instances?
Yeah, you could do. Yeah,
Do
because
so.
we know what he's like. He's
Yeah.
kind of like when we went to Man City,
Mm.
when Arsenal went to Manchester City. That's how Southgate plays against the bigger teams.
Yeah,
Low
exactly.
block and hit on the counter attack. But we don't have that Rashford there for that kind of counter attacking football, by what I can see. So
No, but both Grealish and Saka can suck a player in.
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So I think it opens up for that. But yeah, I just don't know if he has the foresight to play in and switch back. And
Who can you
it's
see
something
in
I'm
there being
critical
probably?
with Arsenal with as well, where we don't actually switch the play. We just kind of play
No, we
through
never do. That's
one
what Declan
side.
Rice said as well, weren't it? We don't ever
Yeah,
switch the play.
yeah.
Who do you see coming out of that squad then, mate?
Getting dropped from it.
Yeah.
James Trafford,
Yep.
Curtis Jones,
Yep.
Adam Wharton, though that's leaving very slim in the midfield.
Yeah.
So maybe one of those two do actually make it through.
Yeah. Leave it very thin.
That does actually leave it quite slim.
Yeah.
Konza.
Yeah. I think Connor's had an exceptional season, though. He's been really good for Villa.
No, Kwanzaa from
Oh, I thought you said
Bristol.
Konza.
No, not Konza.
Yeah,
Konza
Kwanzaa, definitely,
stays
yeah.
in.
I think I'm in a complete agreement with you on these ones. Madison.
And one of, in fact, it probably won't be Gordon because we're limited on that left wing.
Yeah, it won't be now.
You've got Gordon and Grealish; they both make it through.
It's got to be in a 10, hasn't it?
It would be a Madison, wouldn't it? I guess.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't been in the greatest form, has he, towards the latter end of
No,
the season, so wouldn't be surprised.
no. So it's probably a Madison that gets dropped from that, I guess.
Have you got any surprises? What you see in there?
I mean, not really a surprise because nothing's ever a surprise with Southgate, apart from the fact he hasn't picked Henderson, I guess.
No.
Yeah, Lewis Dunk didn't kind of cover himself in glory the last couple of friendlies. I guess he's stuck with another favourite there. You've put Gahey in, you've put Konza in, you got Gomez in.
Yeah.
Does Dunk need to be there?
I don't think he does. You're right.
Is that an option for centre back and left back? Is that kind of the thinking there? Probably.
Probably, yeah. I would personally. I don't think Dunk. I don't rate him too much.
I mean, as club football goes, I think he's done all right. I think I'd definitely put in Trippier there over him.
Yeah.
At left back,
Yeah.
I'd be putting Gomez in over him. I'd be putting Gahey in over him. I'd be putting Konza in there.
Yeah.
I'd be putting Maguire in there. I'd put Stones in there. In fact, I think I'd even put Kyle Walker in centre back ahead of him.
Yeah, so would I. Yeah,
that's how off the pace he was in those friendlies. To be fair, so I am.
What's your feelings on Maguire?
I think Maguire performs for England.
So
I think he gets the call up on that basis.
Yeah, so do
I think he. I even think when United played and when they actually had a set formation, I think he kind of.
I think he's had quite a good season.
He did. He's done all right when he's been back from injury. He's done all right.
Yeah.
I think he did look more solid. When he kind of got back to some kind of fitness. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I think it warrants a call up. Obviously, if it keeps going on and he's not either getting picked or he's getting superseded or he makes howlers, then obviously it has to be questioned. But I think he's always performed for England. So
I think there's a couple of certainties in the squad.
Go on.
So my certainty is Jordan Pickford, obviously. We're Arsenal fans, but Jordan Pickford's had a great season. Can't deny it. A certainty for me personally, I would probably have Kyle Walker in there no matter what, because that bit of pace, whether he's at centre back or right back. I'd have him in just for that bit of pace, just to when we get
Oh,
caught.
he has to 100% make the squad, doesn't he?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I think a lot of them are quite easy. Declan Rice, Conor Gallagher's got to be in there.
John Stones.
Yeah, Jolly Stones. Yeah,
Easy,
Luke
easy.
Shaw obviously has got to be his only left back by the looks of things.
Yeah, it's obviously Luke Shaw and
I think Branthwaite should be 100%, but he might not be.
yeah.
Obviously from the forward, Saka.
Is Luke Shaw in there?
Yeah, Luke Shaw's there. Yeah, Luke Shaw.
I'm not seeing it on that list.
Yeah, on my list, I've got a 33 player provisional squad.
Oh, I haven't even seen him on my list.
Yeah, well, he's our only left back on there anyway.
Yeah. I don't doubt it. It's just obviously this.
Yeah.
This is from TNT and it hasn't got it on.
Has it not? Mine's from Sky Sports.
Yeah, a bit weird.
Yeah. Well, Luke Shaw. I think a certainty, obviously, Saka, Kane.
Well, I mean that obviously rescinds the whole one left back. That's obviously according to this list when he hasn't got Luke Shaw on it.
That's I had before. So obviously we're looking at this now. I had a message, so I just went live on I just did a podcast over on my channel just before. And Luke Shaw. Someone messaged me saying, "Oh, Luke Shaw's our only left back," while I was recording.
Yeah, I mean he is, but I mean obviously Lewis Dunk has facilitated there.
Yeah, I don't want to see him there. I do not want to see him
there either.
No,
and Kieran Trippier has kind of
filled in there before.
As well.
This is why Ben White should be in that situation, but we've already touched on that.
Yeah. So obviously Trent, if he's fit, he's obviously had his issues.
Also, Joe Gomez fit.
What's your thinking with Mainu?
Mainu. You know what? I would play Mainu and Rice together.
So you start him? You start Mainu?
Yeah, I probably would do. Yeah, I probably would do because I prefer Mainu sitting and Declan Rice being able to come a bit more forward, and it gives us a bit more stability. It depends on the games, I suppose, but the group stage maybe not. But if we're coming up against a France or a Germany, maybe it's better to have them two sit.
Yeah,
Southgate does anyway.
A better option than Gallagher or something. That's because Gallagher more defensive, isn't it?
Yeah. So, but for the normal matches, it's the only thing is you bring in Mainu, and Bellingham's obviously going to play as the cam. So that means Foden, Palmer, one of these boys are not getting him.
Yeah, I mean Bellingham can play centre mid anyway, can't he? He can play this, box to box kind of thing as well.
He's playing more progressively forward for Real Madrid, and he's in the Ballon d'Or shouts for that position.
Yeah.
So, what could you pick a starting 11? What do you think? I
mean, obviously Pickford goes without saying, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
Kyle Walker.
Yep.
Maguire. John Stones. If we go in midfield and Trent is down as a midfielder, then I'd be putting Trent, Rice, Bellingham, Saka on the right, Foden in the middle, Grealish on the left, Kane up top.
Yeah, I'm pretty similar. I think I'm very, very similar. I'd have obviously Jordan Pickford left back. It's got to be Luke Shaw, hasn't it? I might even throw in a Kyle Walker next to a Maguire, next to John Stones. I mean,
on the centre back.
Yeah, so Kyle Walker and John Stones together, Man City partnership there.
Yeah,
because they play as a three together anyway, don't they? Really, Man City's team. Right back.
Do you see Southgate going that way though, and actually being that kind of?
He's done that in the past, hasn't he?
I know he's done it in the past, but obviously he's done it more or less in not in tournament football, but in friendlies more than anything.
Yeah, he normally plays them two holding midfielders. So right back, I think he would go Trippier. That's what this is what I think he'll do. I think he'll go Trippier right back. So then when we come forward, you'd have the pace of Walker sitting there. And then centre midfielders, Alexander-Arnold and Declan Rice. In front of them will be Bellingham. And then on the left, it'll be Foden. On the right, Saka and Kane up top. That's how I think he would go with this squad. whether or not that's what I would do. But he does tend to play like two holding type of players. So when you think it was always a Jordan Henderson and a Declan Rice next to each other, weren't it?
Yeah, I might put an extra player in my team. I can't remember
I think
now.
he did, yeah, but it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah,
Without
I'll have the refs as well, just in case.
Yeah, yeah. Have the 12th man. Don't worry about it, lad. That's why that's kind of the dilemma. So if we're playing them two holding, which I think he will do, it means that Foden would have to play off the left.
Yeah,
that's what it would mean, or he'll be dropped because he's free main. So 100% for Southgate, he's three players. He's got a Bellingham, he's got a Declan Rice, and he's got Bukayo Saka and Kane. They're we're not changing. I'm Pickford. We're not changing them. I can't see him changing any of them.
No
matter what. Do you remember last friendlies? Saka had a knock, and he was still playing Saka. He played him 90 minutes both games.
Well, I don't understand why he played. Well, he didn't. It wasn't 90 minutes, was it? It was. Didn't he play 88 minutes or something?
Yeah. Declan Rice played the full 90 on both.
And then but I'm kind of in the camp of he did that because Arteta does that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what happens to him; he's just playing him.
Yeah.
And he might have some kind of thing that just basically says, "Just play me anyway."
Yeah. How far do you think we will go? Have you got any optimism?
Yeah. With the squad, we should do all right.
Yeah.
I think semis is an absolute minimum.
Yeah. I agree.
But then usual case scenario is we do well against the little teams and then come across a decent team. The handbrake comes up. And then there's no flow in the game. Everything's just kind of
it reverts to Jose Mourinho tactics, down at part of the bus and hit on the counter. That's the problem. You don't let us play free flowing football. Personally, like you said, semis. I think he needs to go after his Southgate. I think this might sound a bit abrupt, but an English manager is not going to win us a major tournament.
See, I see all the stipulations where it must be English, it must be this, it must be that, it must be the other.
No. Well, an English manager's never won the Premier League, so
throw all the money you want at Pep.
Yeah,
throw everything. Throw the kitchen sink at Pep.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying this as an Arsenal fan? Yeah. Do you not think Arsene Wenger would be a great national team manager?
Yes, but I'm not sure it would be for England.
No, but I think he'd be unreal as national team manager. He goes from the youth. He's got a certain type of way of playing football.
I'm sure the FA have approached him before.
Have they?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Was that while he was at Arsenal?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I just think he'd be a very good shot. But yeah, like I said, I do not think there's not an English manager out there that I can sit down and say, yeah, he'll take us so far.
Eddie Howe. I mean, is there an argument that Eddie Howe could do a better job than?
Yeah, I think Eddie Howe could do a better job, but I don't think he's going to win us. You need that. You need someone. You don't. You need that little bit of grit. You need someone who's just going to come in and just go, "Here you go. This is how we're playing. As we don't care who the opposition are. This is our playing style, and this is what we're going to do." Whereas Southgate, come up against a big team, we'll go, "No, we just hold back. That's it. No, we'll just hit them on the counter." We don't need. We've got looking at our squad. We have up there. I'd say the top 4 squad in this competition.
Yeah,
we do. A starting 11, definitely, 100%.
I agree. We have the start. We have the starting 11 that should go deep into the competition, but I think it's hindered quite a lot. And
and that waistcoat,
teeth.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not here to slate him. I'm
not here to slate him either. To be honest,
no, I want him to do well. I'm not sitting here going, "Oh."
I think he's had his chance to do well, though.
Yeah, I want him to do well, but. Yeah. I do not think he will, and hopefully proves me wrong.
Yeah. Same for me. I think he's had enough opportunities, and people tell me as well that you're just a hater, and he's brought the best times and this, that, and the other.
No.
With some of the draws he's had, and some of the progression, and some of the,
do you know what made me lose it with him?
By now,
I lost it with him. Do you remember when we played France? Yeah, we went out. Kane missed that pen.
How can I forget?
Yeah, so even the French publication, L'Equipe, whatever they're called,
Yeah,
they've
yeah,
come out and they said they put Saka as the man of the match. Yeah,
yeah.
he brought him off in the 60th minute, and they said he was running us ragged. How they were confused why they even took him off.
I
He
don't
was the best player on the
understand.
pitch.
And he wasn't injured because he just
No, he wasn't. No,
he was just play he was just running up and down the
what
pitch.
he took him off. I think he took him off for a centre midfielder or something like that.
It was bizarre.
Yeah, and I
It
was
was
just like, mate,
bizarre.
you've lost my respect. Yeah.
That I can't even remember who the left back was at the time, but was it Theo?
It might have been Teo Hernandez or it might have
Yeah,
been Ferland Mendy,
I
either
think he
one of them.
was, and
He was
literally
having them.
he hardly touched the ball.
No.
Just literally just running behind him every single
Yeah,
time.
because then, so you see 2 years ago then, Saka
Mm.
had that thing where he was young and he didn't care about going at people, whereas now
Yeah.
he thinks about it a little bit more because he's got a bit more experience.
Well, I think he slows it down to perfection. Actually, he
Yeah,
looks for the hole, and he tries to trick. And sometimes I just wish he'd just run at them.
yeah, same as me.
But I see what he's doing,
Yeah,
and he's just basically slow motion. He's just looking for the kind of the pass, and I think that's why a lot of people say he's regressed a little bit because he doesn't run at the man quite so much.
yeah. It's
But,
that eye thing, the eye test. That's what
yeah,
for them. They don't look into it too. They don't delve into it.
yeah,
Completely.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, definitely. I feel the same.
But yeah. Anyway, so
Have you got a prediction of who you think's going to win it?
I wouldn't look any further than France, to be honest.
Neither would I. I think Germany will have a better
I
tournament.
think they'll have a better tournament. I don't think they'll. I don't necessarily think they'll win it, but I think they'll have a better
They're the
tournament.
hosts, ain't they? Germany.
Yeah,
Hosts
yeah,
normally do tend to get far.
yeah, but I'm not sure that it's completely. Yeah, it's got a lot of experience, but not a lot of youth, is it?
No, I agree with you, France. But I want us to win it, and then my head says France, my heart says us. But hopefully that turns out right.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we can live in hope anyway. But that's our views. So let us know in the comments what you think. If you're on the channel, please make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channels. We're going to do it on both channels as well. So just do it on both. Hit a comment. See if you think we've got it completely wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got one player wrong because I put one extra in. But who wouldn't have an extra player if you can get one in?
Yeah. Everyone's opinion's different. Doesn't make it wrong or right, people.
Yeah,
so hit that 3-punch combo, like, subscribe, and comment.
Exactly. So yeah, and we'll upload very soon. We don't know which channel it's going to be. Probably both. But yeah, thanks for joining us, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
Take care, people. See you in a bit.